want to ask you small message to the Israelis how to build the business correctly.
Well, the Israel market is fairly new. In MLM, I know the countries who've been, fairly new in MLM industry, they probably don't think they are because they think maybe there's a lot of companies around and so forth. But this is an 80-year-old industry. The first 30 to 40 years, the country is very new. There's a lot of excitement, which is nice, but at the same time, there's a lot of things that are not real companies. They look like companies, the Ponzi schemes. And local population, they don't really figure the difference because they both kind of look the same.
Yeah.
And till it's about 4 to 5 decades old. It eventually becomes like Canada, where nobody joins Ponzi schemes because they clearly know the difference between the two.
In Canada.
Well, the more mature MLM market, not just Canada, right?
Yeah.
So Israel will go through that. There'll be a time where nobody cares about Ponzi schemes anymore, and because they clearly understand the difference between the real company and what the Ponzi scheme. But if you don't know the difference up front, they look so similar. Ponzi schemes can be very exciting because they don't require you to work. Just invest and make money. And a lot of intelligent people get sucked into that because it's interesting to me how some intelligent people actually get sucked into that. But eventually, that will stop, and what will remain is a real business of MLM.
Yep.
So Israel will go through that. It'll go through its motions. There'll be a lot of things coming in from the crypto thing, or from. What's interesting about Ponzi schemes is that they actually most have no product. They pretend they do. Some type of information package, some type of web service, some type of fake crypto, something, right? Exchange.
Yep.
And sometimes they come in the form of they have something of a product, but it's not like a real product and it's overpriced. So, and these things generally don't last. It's today with the technology, anyone with an iMac from the bedroom can start an MLM business because they don't have to manufacture anything. There's no infrastructure, there's no office. You don't even know who owns the company. You don't know where the head office is because it doesn't exist. The app goes up, a bunch of people flow money in, few people on the top get some money, and then the app goes down. And lots of disappointed people. And the same people who started the last will start a new one. I know that Israel is also going through that now, where same people keep launching new businesses and leaving behind a lot of casualties.
Right.
Unfortunately, there's nothing you can do. The country has to go through its motions. What we can do as an industry is that we can try to educate as much as we can, as fast as we can.
Right.
So I do have a little training that I've done. For example, Opulence Global, a Rolls Royce of a vehicle with all these options. And versus in Thailand, they got the scooters, the one with the 3-wheelers, the taxis. Yeah. They call them tuk-tuk. So because Thailand is no different than Israel, they got a lot of these Ponzi schemes as well. So the analogy I make is that Rolls Royce and the tuk-tuk technically have the same use case. They bring you places, right?
Right, correct.
So of course tuk-tuk has a lot of limitations. If it rains, it can't go too far. Rolls Royce is endless. So, but technically they both bring you places, but they're not the same thing.
Right.
So in the MLM opportunities, the same. On the opportunity night, they look the same. Ponzi schemes versus MLM business.
Right.
But they're not the same.
They're not the same.
They're not the same. Companies like us, we've invested tens of millions of dollars into our infrastructure. We give it global reach, multiple distribution centers, patented exclusive products, customer service. I mean, everything we give you, the check marks on that, the technology that we have, all of that.
Right.
The tuk-tuk opportunities, aka Ponzi schemes, they have none of that.
Nothing.
It's just an app. It goes up. It shows you a bunch of numbers. And for 99% of people, when they go try to convert those numbers, the digits, into something tangible, the app goes down. So it's not funny, but we have to be humorous about that because we've all been through it. When I was younger, I was your age, maybe even younger than you. I was like 18 or 19 years old. Those days, the Ponzi schemes were a little bit different.
Really?
So right now it's the digital, it's on web. Back then it was pre-internet days. So they used to invite people into a restaurant, and everybody puts in $2,000, and you bring 2 people, and the guy at the top takes 20,000.
Right.
So today it's a digital version of that. So we've all been through that. Ponzi schemes tend to come in a new form every decade. So it comes out like a gangbuster, then it kind of disappears for a little while. Then a new version comes out, gets duplicated. Right now, seems to be crypto is a pretty hot topic. So a lot of Ponzi schemes tend to go that route because nobody understands blockchain. They don't understand what they're really getting. Most people get them because somebody told them, you put money, you earn money. Right?
Yeah.
So you would think that intelligent people would say, well, that something's not right with this, right? At the end of the day, MLM is supposed to be a business. Where's the business?
Right. Of course.
Like, where's the business? But people sometimes get really excited, and they have some type of and trust with the person who's inviting them. They do it based on more of trust on the individual, which is the important thing I want to finish with, which is be careful what you recommend. That company will come and go, that app will come and go, but your friends and family, and they're not going to forget.
Can you explain what do you mean that you say be careful what you're going to suggest?
Yeah, because you get excited over a tuk opportunity.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
That's going to go down in 2 months, and you brought a bunch of friends and family in. It's a pretty fast way to lose your friends and family and lose your reputation, which you built over your entire lifetime.
Right.
So that's what I mean. You have to be very careful.
I mean,
it's no different. I mean, if I asked you what type of car should I buy, unless you really know, you're careful, right? You don't want to make a recommendation just in case it's a bad car. You want me to do my own research.
Right.
If I wanted to buy a home and I asked for if you don't know about how to look for what's right with the house, you wouldn't recommend that, right? Because you don't want me to make those type of decisions.
Right.
Business is the same. I mean, how do you recommend a business that you know nothing about? Who the owner is, where's the office, where's the product, right? So that's why people need to be very cautious.
Got you. Last question. When you're going to be in Israel?
Love to do that. Love to do that. So look, there's a process of in there. So I think our youngest multi-millionaire, he's edging to come there.
Right.
So I think you guys need to gather the troops and give us 3 months notice, and he'll come down. The next person to come down would be our South Asia Business Development Manager or Canadian Business Development Manager, who come down again for complete training and tours across Israel. And usually after that, our senior execs will come, and then I'm usually there for the grand opening. So I look forward to it.
Right. Thank you so much, Ramin, for your time.
Let's go Israel.
Let's go Israel.
To the billion.
To the billion.